Hello students of class 6, welcome back to our English class. With me, Miss Vu Hekonyovile as your tutor. Today, I'm so excited to start this class because we are going to continue of what we have already started in the previous class. We have discussed about a young boy, his baya, and then uncle going to a trade fair, right? We have also discussed about how he played, how he tried his luck, and then he was always losing, though he saw that the other people were always winning, right? So you will find the continuation here. I have given page number 101, whereas the starting is in page number 99, okay? I want you to know that we are already in the middle of the story. That's why page is 101. And for the ones who have already missed the class, I want to give a quick recapitulation. We have discussed about a village Eid celebration. The celebration was just for a day. Actually, it was only for a day, but the trade fair will continue for so many days. And people will go and buy so many things. And also tradesmen, that means businessmen from different regions will come to sell their things. We also discussed that everything can be found from pins to buffaloes. So that is what you can imagine of. You can find animals there, you can find decorative items there, you can find food items there, and the list will continue. That's what I've already told in the previous class. I hope you remember that. And how we ended our story was, we saw that a young boy was looking at others. He saw an old man paying 50 pies. Okay, 50 pies, you know what is that, right? An old man paid 50 pies and then won a clock worth 15 rupees. And then he saw another young boy who won so many things. First of all, he won a comb and he did not like it, so he sold it back for 25 pies. The shopkeeper took it back, right? And the second time, we also saw that he won a fountain pen, a wristwatch, a table lamp, and so on. And seeing this, he wanted to try. So when he turned to look at Baya, Baya also encouraged him. Baya is the person who works as their helper at home, a very good man who always do all their works. And so Baya encouraged him. He went in. First time he paid 50 pies, took 6 dicks. We know how it's to be played, right? They have to select some dicks where the numbers will not be shown, and after selecting there will be some numbers written at the back of the disc. They have to calculate, they have to add it up, and then the number that they get, if they get 15, they will go and look for an item with that number. So he got, what did he get first? First of all, he got something that he did not like, remember? And then he tried the second time again. He got a bottle of ink. He did not like that too. He wanted to go for the third time. So that's where we stop. He tried his luck for the third time. Yes, this is exactly how we have stopped in the previous class. He was so curious at what he will win. These are the discs that you see. There will be the discs with numbers. After buying only, you will see the number. The shopkeeper will not show the discs and keep like this. But after you buy, you will see this kind of numbers. And after adding that up, you can always go and pick the thing with that number on it. Yes, remember the third try? Luck was not with him in the first two, right? First 2 rounds, he got an ink bottle and the shopkeeper bought it back for 25 pies. And then another last chance. The shopkeeper gave him the opportunity. Actually, the ticket, okay, to buy the disc was 50 pies, but he did not have any more money. So the shopkeeper felt pity for him and he gave him the chance to play with 25 pies. This is a 25 pies, okay. He was given the chance, and so he thought the shopkeeper was very kind to him. Though he had only 25 pies left, he allowed him to play with 25 pies. He played again and lost the last 25 pies. He did not get anything that is profiting for him. Every time he plays, he loses it. First he played, but he just got something that is just 25 pies, right? That means he ran at a loss of 25 pies. The second time he bought with 50 pies again, but that also he got an ink bottle worth 25 pies only. That also he lost another 25 pies. So altogether, he lost 50 pies already. And with the last that he had played, and he just got some things that are not useful to him, which he did not like. We all have heard of lottery tickets, right? We hear people selling, or we see people selling lottery tickets, but out of thousands of tickets that are sold, what happens? Only a few people, maybe 10, 20s or a few hundreds will get the prize, and the remaining they just run at loss. So it is something similar to a lottery ticket, okay? And so people were standing near him and they were laughing at the boy. They were just laughing at the boy. No one showed sympathy. No one seemed to be feeling pity for him. If you and I were to be there, maybe we would be feeling pity for the boy because he was playing with so much of interest and he is not winning anything that is good. So there were people around him. Some were laughing at him, some were just standing, but nobody ever showed any kind of sympathy to him. Okay, they went to where uncle and his friends were waiting. Now the boy was upset, so he and Baya went to the place where his uncle and his friends were sitting. But uncle saw that something is wrong with Rashid. Rashid is our boy, okay? The narrator's name is Rashid. So uncle saw that there is something wrong with Rashid and he asked, "What happened, Rashid?" He did not want to talk, especially when you are sad or when you are sick or angry. You don't even want to talk to anyone, right? So the boy was just standing silently, but Bhaiya explained everything to him, okay? So uncle was neither sad nor angry, okay? The boy was silent. Bhaiya told him the reason why the boy was so silent. And then uncle just smiled and patted him. He gave a pat on his shoulder and said nothing, okay? So uncle also felt pity for him. Why? Because the boy lost everything that he took. He will not be having a lot of money. I'm sure all of you, you are students of class 6. I'm sure you don't have lakhs and lakhs of rupees right now. At the most, you will be having a few hundreds because you are not earning yet. And it is not right for you to ask a lot of pocket money from your parents. Unless they give you willingly, they're providing everything that you need. They're providing everything that you need. They're buying your school bags, they're buying your uniforms, they're buying things that you want. Sometimes they even buy the things that you do not need. Why? Because they care for you. But we also grumble at our parents for not fulfilling all our wish, for not fulfilling everything that we want, isn't it? And uncle was worried. See, no matter how harsh a person, an elderly person may talk to us, they always have a caring heart for youngsters. Okay, sometimes your parents may scold you, but remember, they scold you because they want they want you to be a good person. They want you to be a better person. Maybe you're doing something that is wrong. That is why they try to correct you. Okay, they will always try to correct you for your wrongs, but they will never say anything bad if you are doing something good. Uncle felt pity for him. He took him to a shop and bought gifts for him. The boy was already very upset. If you have lost something that you like so much, you get upset, right? Or if some of your friends have stolen your money, or maybe you lost your money on the way. Your parents gave you 50 rupees or 20 rupees as your pocket money, but you lost it before going to school. On the way, what will you feel? The whole day you will be upset at yourself. You cannot tell anyone, but you are just feeling upset. Maybe you don't find the class to be interesting. You don't find the stories or the lessons to be interesting. Why? Because there is something going on in your mind. Okay? That is exactly what the boy is feeling. So uncle understood. Elderly persons will always understand our pains. If you have a problem, don't think that your parents don't see that, okay? Sometimes they will give you time to change, but your parents will see whether you are struggling or not. If there is something that is worrying you in your heart, in your mind, your parents get to know that. So the boy did not say so many things, but uncle just got to know that the boy was feeling sad and upset for what he had lost. And then he took him to a shop. He bought an umbrella, biscuits, sweets, and some other little gifts, okay? And they returned home. Imagine, I'm sure the boy would be forgetting whatever he lost by now because uncle is such a good person that he is willing and he did, okay? Not only willing, but he bought so many things for the young boy. Yeah, you see here, you know what is an umbrella? So the uncle bought him an umbrella, some biscuits. We all like biscuits, right? And some sweets and gifts. You can imagine as a young boy, if he get a lot of toys like this, I'm sure he would forget the pain that he went through by playing in the lucky dip, right? He was just trying his luck because he saw that the others were playing and they were winning so many things, okay? And he thought he would also win things like that. And he also saw that the shopkeeper buys back the things if they do not like it. if his customers do not like it. So the boy understood that, and so he went with the intention that he would also win something like that. See, if you get all these things, okay, sweets, chocolates, and different kinds of gifts and toys for you, you will also be happy, obviously, isn't it? And so uncle reached home and told about this game. The boy thought that it was a game of pure luck. You know what is luck, isn't it? If you're lucky, you'll get it. If you're not lucky, you will not get it. So the boy just thought everything and everyone there was fair, was doing a fair play, that there is no tricks involved in it. And we also think like that, isn't it? But uncle told him that it was a trick. You know what is a trick? If your friend tells you something and leads you into doing something wrong in the school, for example, let's take, there are some students, I'm not saying everyone, okay, there are some students who are very good that, and some students who are little weak in their studies or tricky. So if a student has not done his homework, he did not want to get the punishment, he does not want to get the punishment by himself. So maybe your friend may hide your books, okay, may hide your copy so that you will get the punishments together. That is also a trick, isn't it? Or there can be some other tricks, like your friend may tell you, saying that they will give you something if you do not show your homeworks to your class teacher or to your teacher. So if you just fall into his trick, or if you just fall into his plan, that means he played a trick on you into getting a punishment. There's some people like that, but I'm not saying everyone is like that. There's some very good students, whether they do the answers correctly or not, they will never look at their friends' copies or friends' answers. So you should be that kind of student, okay? You should never be a person who tricks people into into our own selfish motive. That means if you're just tricking people for your self-benefit, that is not going to be good. But his uncle told him that the game that they played, or the game that he tried, was just a trick. The boy couldn't accept as he saw others winning. So I said, the boy still did not believe his uncle, okay? We all get into situations like this, right? Your parents will tell you that is not good or this is not good, but you still can't believe because you find that others are enjoying. If your parents tell you playing mobile games are not healthy for you, there will be some youngsters who will say it's good. People are earning money from there. So you may be tricked. Of course, there are people even winning money or prizes from playing mobile phones, right? But not everyone can be like that. So if one of your friends or if one of your colony members tell you that it's very interesting to play a particular mobile game, and you being a class 6 student, you may not have a phone of your own. Some of you might have, but many people will not have a phone of their own. Once you start playing that, you would also want to have one, isn't it? You would also want to have one, and you will not be able to concentrate in your studies. You will start quarreling and arguing with your parents to give you a mobile phone. So those are all tricks by people, okay? If someone does not want you to study well, they may tell you that a mobile game is very interesting. You might get into it, and once you get addicted into that, what will happen? Your life would be shattered. Your life is spoiled. Your studies cannot progress. And I'm sure nobody here wants to be stuck up in class 6 for your entire life, isn't it? It would be an embarrassing thing for you that you're not learning anything that you should learn. It's not only about good or bad results, but the sincerity. Some of you may be very bright in studies, very good. Some of you will be a little dull, but it's okay if you are working according to your own capacity. Don't feel upset, even if you are not the first rank holder. It's okay, fine. You can still try, and you're just managing to get pass mark. So what? That is good, because we are all created in different ways, in unique ways. You may not be very good in your studies, but you can still be very good by being obedient and a disciplined student. That's what we need as teachers and elders. We need that kind of student, not a student who is very bright and topping in the class every year and every time, but becoming very disobedient to elders. That is not what we want, okay? And then uncle clarified that they were all related and tricked him into playing. So now uncle is just trying his best to make the boy believe and the truth. That is, those people who were winning gifts were all related to the shopkeeper. So that means the old man who won the clock, okay? The old man who won the clock was also related to the shopkeeper. The young boy who won so many things, which tempted the boy to play, they were all related. They were just playing all this kind of tricks so that people, whoever come and stand near the shop, would believe that it is good to play in this kind of game. Okay, I told you about mobile gaming. So if you are a student who have already started, I think you should stop it. Things can trick us like this, not directly like the shopkeeper, but your addictions will lead you into destruction. Okay, so if you think that that is interesting, it's not. It is just a loser game in the end. And then the boy was clear about this. Now he got to know from his uncle that he should not play in this kind of game anymore, and uncle advised him to forget it and keep silent about his bad luck and foolishness. It was his foolishness. Sometimes we think that we know so many things, right? We think that our parents are outdated, or we think that they're old and so they do not know anything about these modern times. If you are a person who thinks like that, I want to advise you once again that we should not think of our parents in that way. They have seen things ahead of us. Before you were born, they have seen so many things. They have experienced life. So, whether they are very well educated or not, whether your grandparents are very well educated or not, they know life better than you and me. So we should always listen to their advice. The boy did not take permission. Of course, he obeyed his uncle by not buying things, but he went to play. Uncle just told them to walk around, but he went and played and he lost his money. That is what the boy did in the story, okay? Now he realized that it was his foolishness. So it is a shameful thing to be called foolish, right? So uncle just told him, just remain silent about it, okay? Forget about it. You got so many gifts which are better than the gifts that the shopkeeper will offer. You got so many gifts, and then you should keep silent about your bad luck, because the boy considers it to be a bad luck. It was not luck. It was the trick of the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper will not give anything that is too expensive, because they also need to make money out of that. Okay, and it was also the boy's foolishness to believe that he would win such thing just with 50 pies. How will a shopkeeper give you a thing worth 10 rupees for 50 pies? In our present context, you can think by 50 rupees, you cannot win a thing that is worth 1000 rupees. If that is the case, the shopkeeper would run at loss. And now he realized and he obeyed his uncle by being silent, okay? And so we should be wise enough to know how people can trick us. It will not only be the shopkeeper like this. I'm not only talking about this kind of games, but people around us can be very tricky sometimes. People around you can be very tricky. You have to know what you have to do and to whom you should listen. That is your parents and your elders. There will be some friends who would want you to be bad like them, or who would not want you to go better than them. Maybe they are better, so they want you to be in a lower position than them. But you should always listen to your elders in order to take the right decision. Okay? And so I've just written, always listen to elders' advice, and I'm also giving you the same advice. And we are going to end our story from here. But a quick recap: the boy went to a trade fair. He went around looking for things. He did not buy, but he went to play a lucky dip, okay, lucky draw. He saw that people were winning. He also thought he will win, but when he played, he just got things which are of no value or of little value. Okay, he lost his money. He was feeling upset, but uncle was a kind man. He gifted him so many things again and advised him that he should not be tricked by things like this. And with this, we end our story. Thank you so much for listening.